Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, To the Being Mindful Movement, where I upload weekly yoga, aerial, and meditation practices. Today is a restorative yin practice based around the season of autumn, which is linked to the metal element. This is the season of contraction, of moving inwards, of dryness, and of the lungs and large intestines. These are the organs that are associated with the element. There'll be no need for any props in today's practice. You simply may like to do this lying in your bed or place a plush blanket beneath you. Let's go ahead and get stuck straight in by starting lying on our backs. So we're going to start with a little somatic movement. Go ahead and lie on your back and bring soles of feet to the earth. And start off by bringing the feet a good hip width apart. Knees are going to be shooting straight up towards the ceiling, but if you do find that that's uncomfortable to work with, you can bring the feet a bit wider and TP the knees together. That's totally fine. But the first few moments, let's start with feet at hip width, knees straight up towards the ceiling, and feel a sense of weightedness, a sense of spreading out your back, body, shoulders, hips into the earth. Hands can be wherever they feel comfortable for the first sort of 3 rounds of breath just here. Maybe the eyes have closed down or your eyes are just softly focused. Feel the belly rise and expand as you inhale. And feel the belly soften downwards as you exhale. One more of those steady belly breaths. And then I invite you to slowly raise your arms and interlace fingers and cup the back of your head. And then place your elbows softly into the earth and just take a wiggle to feel a sense of evenness, a sense of cocoonedness of the head, supportedness of head and neck. And just notice what feedback you get simply by laying back, attempting to let the elbows drop down behind you to the earth. And we're not forcing the elbows to drop. They may be hovering depending on the space in your shoulder girdle. And then when you feel ready, I invite you, as you come across your next exhale, to actually press the tips of your elbows down, back behind you, into the earth. Continue holding that for the full exhalation of your breath, and then just soften as you inhale. So you're going to do that 3 more times. Try to steady the pace of breath. If you can, you'll be really long with your inhales and exhales. So as you exhale, press the elbows down into the earth behind you. You won't really be able to see what I'm doing, just seeing if you can feel it in your own body, and then release and soften as you inhale. Noticing any feedback that might be occurring for you as you move through this tension and then release of tension. So perhaps you've got 1 more to do, maybe you've already done 3. If you need to release at any point with the hands, the arms, the fingers, feel free to do that. You might be getting feedback that isn't feeling nourishing at any point. Release and then maybe come back. So we're going to add on now to that exhalation. So next time that you come across an exhale, press the shoulders down as before And then arch the lower back. So it's like you're tilting the sit bones downwards to touch the ground. And then soften as you inhale, neutralize the pelvis and the spine. So you're doing that again now. See if you can do 3 more of those. Press the elbows down, arch, lifting the lower back, lumbar off the earth. And then soften as you inhale. And then if you need to, take a moment to release again with the arms. We're going to do exactly the same, but swap your breath around. And it's really just about seeing what feels right for you. So this time, when you press the elbows down, actually do an inhale and arch the lower back. And just see how that might change things in the physical body, in the mental body as well. So this time it'll be an inhale as you press down on an arch. And then soften. And just notice whether that feels more appropriate or whether it doesn't. A couple more rounds, 3 to 5 in total. So you're inhaling, arching lower back, pressing down through the elbows, and then neutralizing as you exhale. We're going to add on 1 more, keeping with that second variation of breath. So you'll inhale, do exactly the same, press the shoulders down, arch the lower back, and then this time as you exhale, we'll add a little controlled crunch. So you're drawing your elbows up towards your knees. So inhale, arch lower back, press elbows down. Exhale, now go ahead and imprint lower back. Hug elbows together, lift the face towards those legs. And you're not lifting too far, just the shoulders lifting. And then inhale, reverse it. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 to 5 rounds in your time. And then come to completely release. Release the arms beside the body if you feel comfy, lengthening through those legs. And just take a moment to settle. Notice the breath, being able to breathe freely now. Heart and lungs. Our lungs and our intestines are linked to that autumn time of year. So just working with our breath there, working with finding expansion as we move through to our next pose, which will be Banana Asana. So we'll start to shuffle the feet over towards the right side, and as you do that, mindfully, consciously keep your hips grounded. So as we go into this arc shape of the body, try to avoid rolling and lifting your left hip higher than the right. I'm going to choose to bring my arms up overhead. You might do the same, or you can do this with the arms low, or you could have one arm overhead and one arm lowered, your choice. I'm going to start to lift head and shoulders and shuffle them also the same direction that the feet went, to the right side of your mat. Some like to have a little cushion underneath the back of the head if that's required. Do keep it somewhat thin so your head is not too lifted. And then you could also explore at this point or later on lifting your left ankle and placing that over the right ankle. And just bear in mind again, notice whether the left hip is lifted. We're not rolling. We're seeing if we can keep both buttocks grounded. So we should feel longer through the left side of the body and a sense of shorter through the right side, compression through the right side and expansion through the left side. So working with this sense of expansiveness, I encourage you to fan and flare through the left side of the ribs as you inhale. Perhaps you consciously make an effort to lengthen your inhales and exhales here. Nothing too vigorous, nice and steady and easy, but a conscious awareness of breath. Entering through the nostrils, swirling to the throat, creating space within. As we start to become quieter and quieter, see if you can keep coming back to sensation of breath when you notice that the mind begins to become a little chaotic or full. Maybe there is room to shuffle in just a little further. Maybe the feet, the shoulders go a little more to the right side as we stay for another 3 full rounds of breath from here. Feel ready, slowly shuffling yourself back through to center. You might like to take a couple of breaths before you move to the second side. It might be that you'd like to lower the arms before the second side. Maybe you notice one side feeling different to the other in that pause. And then when you feel ready, shuffling those feet towards the left side, and then shuffling head and shoulders to the left side, choosing what arm shape feels right for you, choosing what leg shape feels right for you. Maybe you're exploring hooking right ankle over the left this time. This time we feel long and expansive through the right side body, shorter and compressed through the left. Maybe you could imagine the right side of your ribs like bellows to help warm the fire. Sense of fanning through the ribs on that right side as we begin to zone in to observe the breath flow in, expand, out, contract. Maybe you've noticed that there's room to shuffle in just a little further. last few breaths on this side. And then once again, transitioning back through to center. Let's take a pause, a moment to rebound, and to feel the breath just flow fluidly, easefully. At this point, you might choose to pause the video and take a much longer Shavasana. Otherwise, I invite you to gently roll onto your side and just pause there for a few breaths. Feeling the weight of your body on the earth. And which parts of your body are connected with the earth. Before we come and meet seated, thank you so much for joining today's Yin and Autumn element practice. Have a wonderful day. I bow to you.
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To The Being free and accessible to all.